FYI, this is where we're staying, Airbnb up in the mountains. It's about a 15-minute drive, so we did need to rent a car, but man, is it worth it. It's so beautiful up here. And this town, which I'll put in the video below, the name of it, it brings you back 100 years ago. So the benefits of a small town. I just forgot my wallet down in the bakery. Half an hour later, they returned it with the $50. Crazy. Not to drag this video on before we get going, but tip, make sure you get an international driving permit. Yesterday when we went to rent our car, they would not let us rent it unless we had this.
So this is Joel driving a stick shift for the first time in 20 years. It's really scary. It's died a few times. We thought we were gonna go off a mountain once.
And now there's somebody in my road.
Oh shit. Yeah, now there's somebody in our way, see? He wants you to back up. Oh, this is so scary. Okay, that's good. You're doing good.
Cool beach here. This was sort of just a pit stop along the way. This was definitely not something we planned. Swimming, yeah. Would I swim? No, it looks cold. Obviously there's a hotel or something here that serves drinks, I'm sure food, everything you need. There's boat rentals. Water's nice and blue. Cool.
I mean, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
This one, out of 10, I mean, yeah, 5 or 6. I wouldn't,
Very rocky.
You can rent, as you can see, some beds or some
little beds,
beach chairs. But would I come here and spend the day? Probably not. We're in May, and I can tell you one thing that's going to be an issue, especially in the summer, is parking. So just be aware of that. There's not a lot of parking in some of these areas. So on our way to Timino, it's the road we're going up there with a stick shift. Oh. We're stopping at a bakery shop. We need a drink and a pastry. Honestly, we need a drink. The sandwich was terrible, and Christy's so stressed about the drive she needed a beer. So we made it. Another heads up, you see those yellow lines? I don't know if the locals are just saying this, but $200 Euro ticket if you're parking on the yellow line. Honestly, I don't even know where we're going. It's like supposedly we're going to the beach, but we're in the mountains. This is what I'm talking about. You get into the town and you pull up here and it's basically a dead end. So there's 5 cars in here. You're driving a stick shift. There's no parking. You gotta back up. Hopefully there's no cars, but there's tractors everything coming through. And this is why you get stressed in the mountains driving, because you end up at a place like this. It looks like it's going to be a good 30 to 40 minute walk from the place that you park, or where we parked, all the way down. But is it going to be worth it? From what I'm seeing, absolutely. A bit stressful for the drive, a bit stressful to park, but it's gorgeous, as you can see. The water, again, it's like the colors are just something out of movies. Not even movies, I don't even know what to say. You know what they say, nothing good in life is easy. I think they say that. Wear hiking shoes. We wore sandals. We had no idea. And it's just really rocky, if you can see, all the way down. We lost a soldier. Christy is going back to take pictures of the town. This hike is a decent one, and she does not have the right shoes for it, so there you have it, people. What you came down for. 2 bays, it looks like. Gorgeous area, nice swimming. There's less people over here because there's less sand, I'm guessing. Back up to the town. On a positive note, the town's really small, so I should be able to find Christy. She'll either be shopping in the 5 shops or at the bar. She's following me home. You following me, bud? Hey? You following me? Okay, show me the road. Show me the way home. Show me the way home. Alright, up here. Alright. Okay guys, so I wanted to give a tip. Sorry if I'm breathing heavy, but it's really important. I would say that if you're in a relationship and you want to stay in that relationship, that if you haven't driven standard or stick shift in a long time, I would pony up the extra dough and just get the automatic, because the streets here are so narrow and the locals drive around the corners, which are literally 180 degrees at 40 miles an hour, and you're up in the mountains. And since we started traveling, we've used mainly scooters, never been stressed. Today, there was stress. So my advice when you're on Corfu, get a car that's automatic. If you don't know exactly what you're doing in regards to driving a stick shift, and take a Valium before you start your day. This beach is definitely a lot easier to get to. Lots of parking. You can park your car here, and there's the beach. It's huge. As you can see, it's probably, let's call it a mile, half a mile long. In between that, it was all the way down. And what you just saw with the drone footage was that pier, or that peninsula right there. So first impressions on this beach. The first part of it, I don't know about the end, but it's rocky, very rocky. It's not sand. It's basically the size of the rocks. This was definitely the windiest beach we've been to. It's a really small town. There's like one tavern. Here, ducky, 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 ducky.
We just drove through here to get here by car, which was a beautiful drive. What you can do, and this is where we are right now, you can take a footpath in the interior area all the way to Alaki, and that's an hour and 5-minute path.
Hour and 5-minute walk.
Our host told us to do this. It's a beautiful walk. We just didn't quite find it till right now.
So we don't know where we're going to eat yet, but there's your seat. There's the ocean. drone shots, now off to a tavern. So there's 5 or 6 restaurants along here to eat at, which is nice. They're all on the water. So here's our seats. Yeah, definitely visit this town. This is probably number 1 or 2. I gotta think about it, but on our day so far. Some of the places were okay and nice, but there's just nothing to do there. This is the place we recommend. The chairs are really comfortable, as you can see. Very, very reasonable prices compared to the other restaurants. So if you're just here for a quick drink or some appetizers, definitely check this place out for sure. So we just finished at the Wave Cocktail Bar, and a lot of times we obviously pick the wrong place when there's so many to choose from. But this one was awesome. Maria is the owner. They're happy, smiling, friendly. What a view, my people. First stop on the way to Agios Goridos Beach. That might actually be it right there.
Yeah.
So the sunglass search is over. We got them. $5, €5. Sweet. Our favorite Greek beer, Mythos. Okay, so this so far is number 1 on the island for us. The only annoying part or bad part that we've seen so far is the parking, but I'm sure you'll get over it. There's lots of restaurants along the beach, along the ocean, so much to do, lots of shopping. The views are beautiful. It's a little more, seems like a little bit more of a resort type place. Yeah, it's really cool here. So we will pin this on the video, show you where it is. So just to give you an idea of pricing, so here's a local pizza joint, $17 for a homemade pizza, Greek salad, and red, white, or rosé wine. And
for
the
two.
wine, yeah, for 2, and the wine here is awesome. But here are some prices just to give you an idea of the whole menu. You know, euros, $3, pitas, grilled vegetables. A lot of it's $6, $7, if you can see, and you're right on the ocean. Obviously, when you get into fish, but still for fish, for $12 to $15, eating fish right on the ocean. We got 2 plums from her garden, and they're 50 cents each, so a little expensive. Wonder how they taste.
You gonna eat it now?
Yeah.
Let me feel it. I'll tell you if it's ripe. I didn't feel ripe. Is it ripe?
It's not like it's totally ripe, but it's sweet, so it's good. So this is how I strategically park. Downhill with enough space that I can just pull out and nobody can park in front of me. So look how tight this is. And the problem is, oh geez, with a stick shift, if I would have had to stop there because somebody was coming through, I'm not good enough on on some of these slopes to get the car
I don't
going
even know what we would do if somebody was coming from the other direction.
I think we made it. So let's go check it out. There's can't be anybody here because the road to get here is long and not fun. So this beach is truly in the middle of nowhere. There can't be more than 5 people on this beach. There's no way. So there's your beach. There's like 4 people. First time we've sat down today.
Yep, it's nice.
because nobody's here, nobody's checking shares. A little windy here. Personally, we would never stay here. It's beautiful, but there's absolutely nothing to do except one restaurant. For some people that want to get away from life and really not see anybody and deal with people, this is the beach for you. Okay, travel lovers, so there are 4,700,000 olive trees on Corfu, so we thought it'd be a good idea to do an olive tour, or an olive oil, olive tree tour, whatever you want to call it. So hopefully this is good.
That's where they used to put the paste, okay? And they used to put a couple of liters of warm water on the top to make the pasta a bit softer. They put one filter on the top of the other, so they managed to fit in one press about 160 kilos of olives altogether. Here they had the wood, so they were pulling this. I was pressing down all the juice from the olives, the black juice, the olive oil, and the water they use in the whole process was coming around the filters and dropped inside those stone barrels. They used to leave it there about an hour to settle down. Olive oil is lighter, so the olive oil was coming on the top. And they use pumpkins like this to collect the olive oil from the top and put it slowly in tanks like this. So they were putting the olives inside, the stones were going around. When the paste was ready, they opened this. The paste was moving here. They had a bucket like this, so they're taking the paste from here, put it inside this trolley. They were putting the paste between the filters, so they used to put inside there, used to be one much paste, filter water, paste, filter water, fill the trolley up, so they managed to put all these 300 kilos of olives in here in one go. And when the trolley was full, they were pushing the trolley into the press.
Pretty windy. Big beach. So this beach is obviously popular for windsurfing. I think that's what they call it. We've decided to head back to civilization. It's getting like 5, 6 o'clock and we sort of want to eat, and I don't want to be driving at night in this car, but you know, for being the #1 rated beach, it's pretty. You know, I don't know. Again, it's good to see this, but I would not come here to spend a whole day, I don't think, unless you have a lot of things packed and you want to do like a barbecue and you have that in your car and all of that. And with a bunch of friends, it would be fun. So this is local rosé that was actually made in our village.